Alright guys, it's been a little while since I made a video and I wanted to do something with the family today. It's been crazy, we've been busy, I've been all over the place. So we had the afternoon, it's rare that I can go out with the family, and we decided we were going to do some thrift shopping. So we are headed into town to do some thrift shopping with the family. One of the advantages to living out in the country is you don't have to rely on Value Village. There's a lot of smaller thrift shops that don't see as many people go through, not as much traffic, and often people are looking for practical things instead of collectible things to resell. So we're going to go into this. We already went to another thrift shop, and then afterwards when we get home, I'm going to show you guys the goodies that we found and we'll break it down for you, okay? Okay, so we're back from our thrift day with the family. I always like to leave a tip when we go into the thrift stores. So whatever change they've got, we just leave it with them. So there was a couple bucks there. But we do have $7 left. It was probably, we'll call it a $4 tip between the two different places that we went to. So we still have $10 left from the 60. But for 60 bucks, this is what we got. Amy, what do we got?
I'll just start with the top of the pile.
Okay, so these are kind of cool. American Eagle, peep toe, denim shoes, and they're in really good shape. It looks like they've barely been worn. So not new, but definitely new-ish. And these guys, comparables on eBay are going for about 20 bucks. So that's a quick start, 20 bucks. Next up we have, so this is a brand that I'm not overly familiar with, but I have seen a lot of people do well with it. So the Lacoste brand, it's got a nice Lacoste, show you guys here. Nice Lacoste in the thing there. The gator, and of course the famous gator's got to be somewhere on the front, and it is. It's on the pocket. So those do fairly well. I think when we look those up, they go for cost. Men's shirts typically go for about 30 bucks. So that's another $30. Okay, next up, this is beautiful. So this is a Banana Republic coat. Again, this one looks brand new. It looks like somebody bought it. They didn't want to wear it. It just kind of sat in a closet, but nothing wrong with it. Everything's there. The straps are there. The buckles are there. It looks beautiful. Banana Republic coats go for. So comparables of this style go anywhere from $60 to $80. So 60, 80 bucks on this one. Again, you can see the tag. We paid 70 on it. So that's not so bad. Seven. So 7. Paid 7 on it. So 60 to 80 from 7, not bad. What do we got next?
Okay, this is one of your favorites.
Okay, so this was one that I found. Guys, whenever you are out at a thrift store and you see something Disney, take the time to pick it up, especially if it's older looking Disney. So we found this sweet Mickey's denim jacket. No holes, rips, tears. It's been worn. There's a little bit of coloring there, but go through the wash. Give it a proper wash before you send it off.
It smells like an old person.
It does smell like old person. That's one of the downsides to going to the thrift stores that we went to today. Unlike a Value Village that kind of has that mishmash of odors, a little bit of curry, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of whatever's going on. These are from like church thrift stores that smell like old people and stone basements. So this is in great shape. There's no tears. Everything's there. The buttons are all there. Nice Mickey on the front that's not deteriorated. So just beautiful. The back looks great. Disney stuff always does really well. The tag is still on this. And a jacket like this, comparable, goes for. So, depending on the size of the Mickey, the condition of the coat, that's really what's going to decide the value of this. But given that it's a giant Mickey on the back, the Mickey on the front's in really good condition, the coat itself is in good condition, we're looking at anywhere from 80 to 120 bucks just on that Mickey coat. All right, what's next? So, we're in the Ottawa area. Typically, you guys want to look for local sports teams. Local's not always the way to go with eBay, but if you're not just selling on eBay, if you're considering doing Facebook Marketplace or Let Go, it's always nice to get some local stuff as well that's going to interest people. So we saw this one hanging up, and this is a leather with interior, NHL official Senators bomber leather jacket. So just beautiful, beautiful leather jacket. Comparables on something like this are a little bit more challenging because it kind of depends on the city and how many you have, but it is a winter coat built for Canada, which is important. It's got the insert, it's attached, it's in good condition, unzips, still works, everything looks good. So what we're looking at comparable on that is, for a comparable on this would be anywhere from 60 to 80. Now it does have that insert fleece, so that might make it a little bit more valuable than some of the comparables that I saw on Marketplace and eBay, but 60 to 80 bucks is kind of that ballpark we'll throw at it. Okay, Next up, suit jackets is one that I've started to take a look at a lot more. Shout out to Rake and Profit. He kind of opened my eyes to the value of these, where suit jackets can be super expensive, blazers, sport jackets, and if you get the right brand and know what you're looking for, you can really make a nice grab for very, very little money. So what we've got here is a beautiful Tommy Hilfiger blazer. We're thinking that it's definitely, well, I'm thinking it's probably a women's blazer, just because the button's on the one side. Still have to take a look at that, but we'll take a look at it. But men's or women's, it's like brand new. It's nice and thin, so it's a nice spring blazer that you can wear. It's not too thick, but it's in mint condition. Tommy Hilfiger tags still in it. Something like this on eBay goes for a nice jacket like this. All the tags, all the labels, everything's there. It's legit. Probably 30 to 40 bucks on this one.
And as a seamstress, this is a really well-made jacket. All of the seams have a double bias tape instead of just a raw edge. So it even looks nice when you're just walking by with it open. It opens up and you can see the plaid on every seam, which is really a nice touch. So
I have no clue what any of that means, but what I do know is I don't need to know. I don't need to learn that side of things because she knows it all. Okay, we've got more goodies. So I wasn't sure about this one until I saw it was from Florida. I know there are a lot of people out there from Florida. It looks like nice stoneware. It's a nice bright color. You've got the state of Florida on it. It looks great. I have to look up the mark on the bottom. I'm not quite sure about that, but let's see if I can't zoom in on that for you there. GF. So I'll take a look at that, see if I can't find the maker of it specifically, but it's a really nice stein, really nice mug, and for somebody who's a collector of either state mugs or somebody from Florida who wants a really sweet mug, this is probably a quick, easy flip on eBay. We'll say...
What's that? $1.50.
Yeah, it costs $1.50. We'll say we'll probably get, let's say 10 bucks. Maybe more, but we'll say 10 bucks on that one. Okay, so this kind of stuff here, guys, you're going to see a lot of plates and metal dishware like this when you go into the stores. The reality is most of it is just knockoff crap. One of the quick, easy tells of whether or not you've got something of value is pick it up. There's some weight to this. You can feel it almost right away when you pick it up. It's not a light, crappy aluminum. It's got a nice, thick sound to it. You can feel that there's some weight. That's your first indication that there's maybe something of value. As always, you want to flip it over and take a look on the back for a mark. Even if it's older, the marks generally last pretty well. And you'll see right here, I don't know if we can get the detail. Yeah, there we go. You can see that there's markings on it. There's a date on it as well as the market of the maker. I've done these plates before. This is a EP copper plate. It is probably going to go for anywhere from 40 to 50 bucks at auction. This is not one that I would send to eBay just because the value and the weight. It's going to do much better at a local auction house than it is going to do on eBay, just to be completely honest. Now, I know there are people that do stuff like this on eBay, but the reality is at an auction house, people know what this is, they know the value of it, and you're going to get more dollars, even paying the premium to the auction house. So this is definitely worth going to an auction house, especially when it's still in relatively good shape. It's got great design on the front, and the marking is clear on the back. So don't always dive to eBay first. There are other places that can make you a lot more money on what you find if you know what you've got. This last one was unbelievable. And it's a reminder that when you're going to these places, don't just look at what they've got on the shelves. A lot of times there's stuff that they don't realize what it is, and they just kind of throw it on the floor with everything. So I didn't even see this. I walked right by it. Amy looked down and she saw this bag just sitting there.
I think we got this for about $2.
Yeah. It was just sitting there among a bunch of other bags. She picked it up, and at first I thought for sure it was just a fake because it was down with the rest of them. But what do we have here?
Looks like snake skin. At least that middle bit. I'm not sure what
it's definitely leather. So
I'm not sure what the tanned snake skin looks like, but the inside is definitely...
So one of the ways that you can definitely tell pleather from real leather is on the inside, it should look and feel like a skin. And this looks and feels like skin. You can see the crack, you can see the wear. It's not that crappy run that you would get in a pleather or a PVC kind of bag. Instead, it's a really nice tanned leather, and you can feel that, you can see it. And the other big one, of course, is the you can smell leather. Leather really soaks in the smell, whereas plastic always kind of smells like plastic.
Show them the seams and stuff on the insides of the pockets.
So we'll do it like this.
It's an art bag.
So this is a giant leather art bag, but the entire interior is still in one piece. It's all leather. There's no marking on it, which is unfortunate because I'd love to know who made this bag. I'm going to go with its vintage at this point. I'll do some more research into this to see what I can find. But it's a beautiful bag. The entire inside, great layers. The buckle works on the outside. The snakeskin is still in relatively good condition. There's a little bit of wear here. But for the most part, it's a really, really nice case. Something like this on eBay is going for... So it's absolutely beautiful, guys. The snakeskin leather case, there are no direct comparables, and that's not surprising given it's such a rare thing. So I'm going to take a look into it, see if I can find out a little bit more about it. There may be a specific brand that made these. It's definitely old. It's definitely got some age on it. I'm excited to find out how much it's worth. For now, comparable leather suitcases, just genuine leather suitcases with snakeskin, are anywhere from $80 to $100. But I have a feeling that this one's probably worth a lot more. But for the sake of the video, we'll say $100 bill. Okay, so the leather suitcase is amazing. Sometimes I like to take a chance on things when we're out there. We only had $60 anyway. It's not like we're breaking the bank here. So I saw this. It looked different. It felt different. It was kind of cool. I never heard of the Ricardo Beverly Hills. A comparable on this, we did some quick lookups on eBay and we found that it went for probably around... So this one was actually a bit of a bust. This one didn't really have anything show up on eBay, so not a huge deal. You can't win them all. It was worth taking the look, and I think it was probably $2 that we spent in total on this. So not a huge deal. It can go up on a garage sale or a flea market or just give it to one of my kids. Not going to be a lot of money out of that, but that's okay.
It's leather. I might keep it.
Well, there you go. Gift for Mother's Day. Okay, what else did we get? We got these. So books is something I like to keep an eye out for. It really kills me when we go into Value Village, when we go into thrift stores of that nature, because they've really jacked up the price on books, which makes the resale value on stuff like that really, really, really difficult. But when you go to these smaller thrift stores out in the boonies, what you can end up with are some really cheap books. Now, they do $1 a book at the place that we were at, and I know from the past, when you've got Dan Brown books like this that are hardcover, jackets still on them, they look like they've barely been opened. I don't even know if the spine's been cracked on this one. So we're talking brand new Dan Brown books, Angels and Demons, Lost Symbol, and Infernal. This one still has the chapter sticker on it. They didn't even take it off. I mean, $1 for each of these on Amazon. These are going to go for us pretty quick. They're super low ranking. The ranking on them is... So for these guys, these 3 books, $1 a piece. This one goes for $22.95. It's got a higher ranking, The Lost Symbol. It's not one of his best out of all of the books that he's written, but still sub 4 million, so not bad. It may not go right away, but it'll go. $22 from $1. I don't mind lowering that a little bit, absorbing some of that in the fees. These guys are ranked 35,000. Which means as soon as they arrive, they go. And they're $35,000 and they're $1 a piece that we paid for them. They sell for $35. So after fees, we're probably looking at $29, $28. But from $1 a piece to $28 a piece, we've pretty much made our money back just on these 2 books. So always keep your eyes out for that, guys. Maybe not at Value Village or Savers or Goodwill where they have a higher price on the books, but garage sales, local thrift stores, great place to find books. Free books. For those of you that don't know, one of the tools that we use to get free books is freecycle.org. So check that out. I just put something up saying, you know, we got a horde of kids. If you're ever getting random books, we'd love to take a look at it. And we've had some great finds come from that. So people are always looking to offload books. It's a real quick, easy way to make a flip. Okay, up next, these are probably not going to be sold. For those of you that don't know, we do have 7 children with 8 on the way, and we like to keep the teams fairly balanced as far as hockey goes. So I'm a huge Pittsburgh Penguins fan. This poor soul here is an Ottawa Senators fan. And so what we try to do is, you know, you take a kid, I take a kid, you take a kid. So the last one, my boy, or two kids ago, my boy was a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. So the other little boy that's coming, unfortunately, has to bear the burden and wear these terrible baby slippers. But they're really nice slippers. They're in good condition. They haven't been worn. And I normally wouldn't spring on little baby booties like that, but the first Sens fan for her. Why not, right? Okay. Now, this is another one that I didn't see, and this is kind of cool. So there's a lot of things about this one that make it kind of neat. It is a collectible, so it says rated on it collectible, but it's also authentic NHL. It has the NHL sticker on it. It has the logo, the design, everything. A lot of the times you can find the stuff that says official, but it doesn't have the NHL sticker to verify that. So always look for that sticker when you're looking for collectibles like this. This is local as well, so I might just pair this with the Sens jacket. I may just give this as a bonus to that Sens jacket on eBay to incentivize purchase. It is from the All-Star game that was in Ottawa in 2012. So kind of a cool addition to that leather jacket. It matches the style really nicely, but I wouldn't sew it on. I'd leave it in the bag. The bag is sealed. This is never been opened. Fantastic little collectible. Comparables just for the collectible probably don't go for much. They go for around... Because it's local, because it's Ottawa, there aren't that many, but there is one up there that went for $25 in April. So $25 just for the patch. Throw that in with a jacket. It's pretty decent. And last but not least, so at first I walked by this, I hadn't even considered it. You see a lot of stuff like this that looks like just this Asian kind of... It's Asian-ish, I would say. You don't know for certain one way or the other. One of the things that you can always do, guys, when you're not sure about plates, when you're not sure about glassware... The back is your best friend, okay? So on the back here, you guys will be able to see some of it, but there's actually a little bit of a history lesson on here. But more important than the history lesson and the $1 price tag on it is it breaks down how the plate was made and what's on it. So it breaks down the art of chokin. It's a specific way that things are made in Japan. It uses a copper lay, and then all of this rimming here is 24 karat gold. That's marked on the back. Gold edge plate, 24 karat gold. What? So for $1, not bad. At auction, probably looking at $20 to $30 just on that plate. So again, pretty solid. Okay, grand total with the $5 we have left. Well, $7, but we'll call it $5 that we had left. Yes, that's Canadian money. It looks funny. It's like Monopoly money, but it's real. With the $5 we had left and everything that we had with comparables, the grand total we came to for a whopping 1 hour of work with 5 kids in tow. 4 kids? 4 kids in tow is
$600 to
$730. So price range not bad, guys.
Not bad for $55.
Yeah, for $55 and an hour and a half of work that we did as a family out and about. Not bad to take that and flip it to $600 to almost $700 depending on how auctions do. So pretty great. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let us know down below. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this because I do all kinds of different videos on the channel. If this is something that interests you and you want to know more, I'd be happy to talk about it and doing some more videos down the road. Thank you so much to Vanna, my beautiful, and have an amazing day, guys.